The sky burned red as the warships descended, their immense shadows stretching over the battlefield below. The air shimmered with the heat of engines and the hum of alien technology. The ground trembling beneath the weight of approaching titans, the world stood silent in awe and terror, knowing that history was about to be rewritten. A human soldier stepped forward, his armor battle-scarred, his eyes filled with unyielding determination. The name of this man was Daniel Reeves, a warrior forged in the crucible of interstellar conflict, and the last hope of Earth. Against him loomed the warlord of the Vrexian Empire, the conqueror of 1,000 worlds, the terror of the galactic frontlines. The alien stood twice the height of any human, its carapace gleaming under the twilight sky, its claws sharp enough to rend steel, its eyes cold with the certainty of its own superiority. The Vrexians had given humanity a choice: submit or be annihilated. But in a moment of defiance, Earth had invoked an ancient right, a trial by single combat, one champion against another, the fate of two civilizations hanging in the balance. The Warlord had laughed at the proposal, seeing it as a formality before humanity was crushed, but Reeves had accepted without hesitation. The battlefield was cleared, a circle of scorched earth, the only stage necessary for the duel to begin. The Warlord raised its weapon, a colossal blade infused with energy sharp enough to cut through the hull of a warship. Reeves wielded only his wits, his reflexes, and a weapon forged by human ingenuity, a kinetic blade. Vibrating at such high frequency, could slice through even the toughest alien armor. They circled each other, the tension in the air like a coiled spring. Then, without warning, the Warlord lunged, moving faster than its bulk suggested, its blade a blur of energy. Reeves ducked, rolled to the side, feeling the heat of the weapon sear the air where he had stood. He countered, striking upward, his blade scraping against the Warlord's armor, leaving a shallow cut. The Warlord snarled, its mandibles clicking in annoyance. It swung again, strike a hurricane of destruction. Reeves barely kept up. Evading, parrying, searching for an opening, he knew he could not match the Warlord in raw strength, but speed, precision, and strategy were his allies. A feint, a misstep, a chance. Reeves twisted his body, letting the Warlord's blade skim past his shoulder. He surged forward, his blade finding a gap in the armor, sinking deep into alien flesh. The Warlord roared in fury, pain flashing across its alien visage. But it did not fall. Instead, it retaliated, its claws raking across Reeves' side, tearing through fabric and flesh. The human staggered, blood trickling down his ribs, but he did not yield. The duel raged on, a clash of will and skill, their movements a dance of death. The Warlord adapted its strikes, became sharper, its footwork tighter. Reeves had to push himself beyond human limits. His breath ragged his muscles, screaming for relief, but surrender was not an option. Then the moment came. The Warlord overextended in its fury, eating its flank open. Reeves seized the opportunity. Driving his blade deep into its core, the Warlord froze, its eyes wide with disbelief. It tried to speak, to curse, or perhaps to acknowledge its defeat, but no words came. It collapsed, its massive form shaking the earth as it fell. Silence followed. Then a deafening cheer erupted from the human ranks. The impossible had been achieved. One man had faced the Warlord of the Vrexians and emerged victorious. The terms of the trial had been set. The fate of humanity secured. The Vrexians would retreat, their war halted by the strength of a single warrior. Daniel Reeves stood amidst the wreckage of the battle, his breath heavy, his vision swimming. He had changed history, not with fleets or armies, but with sheer determination and skill. As he looked to the sky where the Vrexian warships turned to depart, he knew this was not the end. It was only the beginning of a new era where humanity was no longer prey, but a force to be reckoned with. Reeves turned to his comrades, their faces a mixture of relief and awe. But there was something else in their eyes, something that sent a chill down his spine. He followed their gazes, To the fallen warlord's body, the silence stretched unbearably. Then the corpse twitched. The impossible happened. A deep guttural sound emerged from the warlord's shattered form, and from the sky above the Vrexian fleet. Stopped in its retreat, an eerie energy pulls through the air. The body convulsed. The wound Reeves had inflicted, sealed with an unnatural speed. And the warlord rose again. Reeves barely had time to react as a claw lashed out, catching him off guard, sending him sprawling across the battlefield. The cheers of victory turned to screams of horror. The warlord's eyes burned with something new. Not just arrogance, but wrath. Pure, unrelenting rage. This battle was not yet over. The duel was far from finished. Humanity had not won. The real fight was only beginning.